Hi everyone, thanks for joining us and pleasure to have Anushka with us and she's an entrepreneur and started the journey. I'm sure I'm going to explore more about her and with 12 years of corporate background, she decided to just enter into the entrepreneurship journey and for last 8 years you are
10 years
about 10 years you are running this successfully.
Sure.
So thanks for joining Anushka.
Pleasure. Hi, good morning to all.
Good morning. So while we would be seeing all our audience would be coming here, then they would be asking the queries about our journey, what we are just going to talk about. So meanwhile, what we will also do is we will explore something more about you. Even for me, it was interesting to know about that. You were part of the Tata, you were part of the Nilgiris and all those part of the HR role for 10 years and then decided to come back to this kind of a journey. What is the decision factor behind that?
So, Manjula, one is the passion for food. I'm a big foodie. And secondly, if you think, if they say, roti, kapda, makan, are the three things which will never go anywhere, irrespective of the economies of the country or whatever.
Doesn't matter.
So, that's why I said, let's get into food. And when it came to food, based on my studies, there are many caterers in Bangalore and in South who cater to the Bain Mary meals, which is 60 to 80 rupees. I wanted to do something different. So I set up a small unit starting with just a 200 square feet garage space, only catering to snacks and shorties.
Okay.
That's why we said, I want to be in the segment of snacks.
Snacks, okay. So first of all, what made you to just quit HR and then get into that? There must be a reason behind that, right?
So basically, after working for about 10, 12 years, I said, let's do something on my own.
Absolutely.
And also, somewhere in the back of the mind, it was like, we've earned our money now and all we need is basics. So why not give opportunity of employment to others? And to be honest, my next portfolio this year launching is a small unit only for women employees, to set up a small factory only for them to do,
awesome.
Which will be semi-automated. So the tedious job will be machine-made and the folding of snacks will happen by the women.
Awesome. So this is the spirit of women, right?
Yes.
Journey is simple. After 10 years, you also just have that back of your mind. What am I trying to do?
Yeah, exactly.
It is something, the basic money have just come. Now it is find a place for us to just settle and then create a difference in the society.
Yeah.
And then we will also find our way. Not that only that part of it. So we will also find the way.
But it gives a happiness that, about close to 50 workers today who are nowhere studied and all that are now having earnings and they send money back home, which is good.
Which is really make you happy at the end of the day. Yes, it's just not me alone, and I'm also making the society to your extent,
whatever extent.
So happy about it. Okay. So you also said about you started with 200 square feet garage.
Yes,
that's where you started with that.
Yes.
So how it just grow and what is your stage today? Tell us.
We started with the 200 square feet garage space. In fact, just converted my garage to a small production unit.
Okay.
With the basic facility and just two cooks, my mother-in-law and myself. We started with about 4 items and the business model in 2010 started with a small 10 by 10 kiosk.
Okay.
Which was again with the help of my husband, we fabricated it to stand outside supermarkets and all, selling about 4 to 5 snacks, like just a cheese roll, spring roll, samosa, burger, vada pav.
Okay.
Then from there we grew. And then my next plunge in a year, I took on close to about 1,000 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 years after that, I took on about 2,000 square feet space.
Mm.
And today I have a 4,000 square feet manufacturing setup, which runs 24 hours.
24 hours?
Yes.
Super. So by the way, we are sitting in Anushka's office to just talk about this. And currently the factory is just, the people are working behind. So some noise and everything you are hearing because we are sitting in the factory where people are just making food about it. So this is the nice journey. So did you had any challenge in just making it? Because I do know that you have a very young kid, right? 2.5 years old now.
Yes.
So it's not something where you have a grown-up child and that part has been taken care. Still you are handling that. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so at times it is challenging because being a woman, for me the only challenge of being a woman moving from working to a self-employed was only See, to tell everybody, money is there in market. Okay, there are banks, there are people ready to support you. If you have the good intent to start something, if you have a commitment to do it, you can go on. So the only challenge that I had as a woman was, one is to create a balance between the kids and work.
Awesome.
So other than that, other things were not a challenge for me. And secondly, yes, from being from a home science background and nutrition background, then into HR, accounting is completely zero to me. And I still haven't put the total effort to learn it.
Okay.
Because to be honest, my husband is supporting me in that.
Okay.
So leaving that, everything else I just learned as it came.
Awesome.
Okay. You need hard work, you need commitment. But like I said, in business, you need, in my case, because I have my husband with me who can hold the fort after about 4:35 in the evening.
Okay.
So I look at going back to my family around 4:35 every day, unless there's a client call.
Client call. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So even otherwise, if we have a right partners or a system in place, still we should be able to do that, because it's a 24 hours.
Yes, somebody would be there. Yes, there is a challenge at the. I mean, for a period of 1 or 2 years where my kid was small, I had to keep a nanny to take care of her. So I have actually not seen my second one grow very closely like the first one. But yes, a little bit of sacrifices here and there. At the same time, ensuring you go back home and you give them that 1.5 hours of personal time, quality time,
rather than a quantity time.
Yes, quality time is what
important matters and everything. Yeah, fair enough. So, as you rightly said, the commitment, if you have a commitment, you have a good intention, the doors are always open.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Bangalore has potential, doors are open. You need to have the right product, right placement, where you want to knock, and
it happens.
It happens.
And the success story is here to just talk about that.
Thank you.
So that's nice about it. So this is what we want to take it to our women community, to say that it is about investment is your time.
Yes, time and effort and a good idea.
Right? It's just not the money. Money comes to you.
Money comes. There are banks, there are people who are willing to invest in a good idea, as long as you show them your commitment, your hard work.
Absolutely.
That's it.
So that's where it is all about, because our community is a mix of IT and the non-IT community. So one of the commitment we have just given to our community member is there is a place for everybody and everything. It's just nothing that we don't have anything. All it's you have to take a time out and then look into that and spend your energy over there wholeheartedly with your commitment, and things will happen. So based on that, what we have just done this month onwards, we are bringing the alternate career path as well for them. So it's just not about IT is the one of the source. Anywhere you can just do that. And you being our first person, where you just come back and then talk about it. 10 to 12 years of HR, it's augmented your business plan, and being a foodie, it just helped you to start your career again on being an entrepreneur. And the successes we are seeing is as a life success.
Surely, we today have close to 30 to 40 product lines. We cater to close to 3,500-4,000 packs daily in snacks, and looking at growing big. So we have 80% of corporate clients which are quite well happy with us for more than 5 years plus.
Awesome. So how is this? How do you connect your corporates?
Yeah, so one is through reference circle, definitely. So when two corporates are happy, they refer you. Plus, yes, it needs a certain amount of networking. So that is where, to be honest, being a lady is very helpful, guys. So you can just knock on the door and do cold calling, and nobody's going to shun you back.
Absolutely.
You need to just be polite, and that's one positivity that I can say you should materialize on. And so that's it. Just networking, meeting friends, and your product being good, so gives you good references. So from one order, you get the other order, and that's how you grow.
Okay. So just to share that, Anusha, we just got connected through the community called CWE. So it is the Catalyst for Women Entrepreneurs. If any of you are interested, all you have to just do is Google for a Catalyst for Women Entrepreneurs, and we are also here to connect them. So Chirita is running the show, and she enables the women who wanted to be an entrepreneur. So this is one of the way where you can just explore and connect with them. And we will also bring more from the entrepreneur community to make you feel comfortable, and then think about it. All you have to just get an idea, as Anushka was saying.
Yes.
You need to get an idea, and someone has to just motivate you to just work on that idea part of it. So that is where the CWE or VE or anybody will just come into the picture to help you on that part of it. So while you are listening, if you have any queries for Anushka, feel free to just share that, and we would be more than happy to answer your queries about it. So one is this, you do have an expansion plan about
Yes, so
about it.
currently our specialization is we do snack boxes, customized snack boxes for corporates, right from 35 rupees onwards till 200.
Okay.
And we have a current strength of doing close to 5,000 snack boxes daily.
Okay.
In addition, we also do the daily evening snacks for corporates. So there are company billing snacks where the BPOs and companies give snack to the employees as a evening snack.
Snacks. Okay.
So we cater to that segment where we give 22 working days different menu without repetition.
Without repetition.
Yes, there's no repetition. So there's one day baked, there's one day healthy, one day light chart, one day south, one day north.
Wow.
So 5 days are covered that day without repetition. We do executive lunch boxes for meetings and training programs. So this is so far what we're doing. We're looking at expanding our snacks to get into a frozen mode and supply to all India.
Awesome.
So that's our plan for the next 5 years now.
Next 5 years plan is also done now.
Yes,
Okay, that's fine. So when I was seeing that you have an ambition to set up the women part of it.
Yes.
So if someone is interested in knowing about that, is there a possibility to reach you to get the idea from you?
Surely, I mean, feel free. My contacts can be shared by the team here.
Yeah.
Anytime any woman wants some help, wants some support, feel free to call me, email me. It is always my pleasure to help.
Absolutely. So this is where the women helps women. So it is another good thing which keeps happening.
If someone wants to start something in the snack segment, we are more so willing to look at distributors who would want to take our snacks and take a distribution of it in Bangalore, Kerala, Chennai. We do have markets which we've been serving on. My pleasure to, add on more partners.
More partners. That's all it's all about. As long as you have the
commitment and
dedication to execute it, you can also be a part of the team and start in a small way and then grow on that space, whatever you are looking for.
I mean, we could work on a small model where all they need is probably an ice cream freezer, which is a chest freezer, and a delivery vehicle.
That's all. We can just make it happen.
I can surely work it out on that.
Awesome. Okay. So this is another idea for members in case if you are outstation, wanted to start in your free time, you wanted to just do something about that. That also as an opportunity you can just explore about.
If you want to get into events, you want to organize birthday parties. So someone who's sitting at home wants to start doing a small, event company catering to birthday parties. It's a very good segment today. And to begin with, you can even look at doing small wedding functions. There are small wedding people also who don't want to go to a big event, guys, and still want to do it in a planned manner, an organized manner. Please take it up, and I'm here to support you in snack boxes for all kinds of parties and get-togethers.
Awesome, right? So this is the other idea where we can, if you have a time and you think it has to be productive and you would like to just earn some money out of it, there are n number of ways in a creative way where you can just do about that.
Definitely.
And support is needed. We are all available to just help you out as well. So that's the one good part of it where we can just help the women who are just non-IT people wanted to explore a different
venture. If you want to work 3 to 4 hours a day, you can look at some options like that.
That would be great. Okay, fine. So now with this, is there any challenge you face?
Challenge.
We are talking about all the good things.
Yeah, challenge. Yes, challenge is one. Yes, I'm not account savvy.
Okay.
Probably my husband, who's my advantage, I take it for granted.
Okay.
But you need to be account savvy to know what's happening in your business.
Okay.
Second is challenges. As I've grown from 4 workers to about 60, 70 workers today, being a lady, you're at times emotional. I've learned to be 80% rational and 20% emotional, which I was 50-50 earlier.
Okay.
Because then the staff, because they've been with me from 5-6 years and it's more like family. They've been with me from the scratch days.
Okay.
So you tend to treat them as family, and then they come to you and say, today my head is paining, so I want to take rest. And you try to look at it in a more emotional way, but then the work suffers. So in business, it's important to be 20% emotional and 80% rational, which I have switched and tried to be a little more far better taskmaster with manpower.
Okay.
And other than that, to be honest, I have not faced many challenges leaving accounts and handling small nitty-gritties of manpower.
So being a power of women, it just helps a lot then.
Yeah, it's just naturally come to me because, like I said, I by the virtue of 2 years experience in HR, in Nilgiris, I was handling all their South employees, the
Okay.
factory staff in the bakery and all. I used to visit the bakery. I used to visit the dairy unit. We also were, actively participant in closing down a couple of the units of Nilgiris when they were, taken over by actors.
Okay.
When the family handed over. So
Okay.
there's a certain amount of experience how to bring down 1,000 workers to 600 workers. So handling that kind of workers, it was helpful, a good experience.
Awesome. So you also learned at that experience.
And nothing is challenging. I mean, until you feel it challenging, for me, it's like, I think for a minute, okay, if this is doable, yes, it's doable, I just go for it.
Just
That's
go
it.
for it. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
There is no
It's
other.
more your intuition, you're thinking how you're going to do it, and then if you have a thought of doing it, just put it on paper and it will happen.
And then it will happen. So that's another piece of a suggestion we should.
Yes, be positive, that's it.
Be positive, and if you think you can do it, you can just do it.
Just do it, yes.
Regardless
If
of
you
what-
don't think you cannot do it, you will never do it.
you will never do it, and
Yes.
it will never happen as well.
Yes,
because
yes,
you are
yes.
you are the
Because you'll
person-
always think of the odds first and not the positives.
True. Okay. That's great. So this is the one of the session where we wanted to just talk about the non-IT space, and there is a next series when we are also bringing the corporate space and the non-IT, how we can just look at you to just be either a employee or you wanted to be an entrepreneur. Anything is space is open, and we are also going to bring you back about how do you convert your hobbies into a passion. See, one of the story from Anushka herself is she's a foodie, so she chose to just venture into that.
You want to do chocolates at home, ladies, you all can do chocolates. There is enough market for chocolates. Yes, it is seasonal. So plan it up. I mean, you can always do chocolates at home because we are taking chocolates from Lady. Okay, it's a group of, they call themselves Bua and Batiji.
Okay.
So auntie and the niece together, they make chocolates and I encourage them and I take chocolates from them for my orders. And whatever suits you, look at something small you want to do on your own. There's another lady who's doing homemade ice creams from home.
Okay.
So like I said in food, see what suits you. Even if it's 2 products you want to start with, approach some people near your vicinity or whatever, try and see it.
And just to give you, I was just connected with one of the community member in our area where she is at home, staying in the flat, and she just started with the giving the batter, the idli batter part of it. She started on a small way. Now she introducing the evening snacks and other things, etc. Not even need to go out because the confidence will just come if started 10 or 20 people start buying from you.
So look at apartment complexes. If you have any contacts where there are at least 200, 300 houses, look at pickles. I mean, pickles is a good idea. If you're good at making pickles, anybody being at home, look at it.
Super. So I think we have enough thoughts today to just see the success story. It's just not somebody is just giving you the idea.
Yes.
Somebody have just done that and then been successful with 60 to 70 employees currently. And she also has a plan to just make it a women-centric unit. And also next 5-year plan is also on. But it doesn't come on day one. She also invested close to 10 years to come to the stage to talk about it.
Yeah, it does need money also. I'm not saying that, I'm not talking only on the rosy picture. Finances are required, friends. To be honest, the first phase of 2 to 3 years, no bank will fund you.
Yes.
Because you don't have that much of, your IT returns and all that. So all my savings of the 10 years of working, all my husband's savings I put to risk. So all our PF, all our savings that we earned after getting married and working for those years, we invested the first 2 to 3 years into business, our own money.
Awesome.
And it's only after about 3 to 4 years of doing that, when I really didn't have any money, then I knocked the banks. But by then it's like you do have banks who see that you've done something well for the 2-3 years, and so you could get small, big, whatever based on your thing. And I have taken a big risk. I have taken a big amount of loan last year, and let's see how it goes.
It will go. So don't worry.
Sure.
So this is the connected world, and we see the results and our happiness and the prayers also with you to just make that happen.
There is a sense of achievement
Yes.
when you do something and it goes well. It may not be in the corporate world, like in terms of getting R&R and you go on stage and all. But end of the day, there is a sense of achievement. Even a small 2-line email from a company saying, your snacks were awesome today. There's a company who wrote to me saying, my employees look forward to the evening snacks more than the breakfast and the lunch catering.
Wow.
So, I mean, that motivates.
That motivates,
yes,
right? And that's a moment where we can also think about the team who have just
Yes.
consistently making the same quality.
Yes, yes. We do have our internal RR team for my employees. We have a monthly meeting where we choose one back-end and one front-end staff, and we do reward them. And so we do have our own small RR thing. They go on annual picnics one day. So when it's like a May Day or Labor Day, when all the companies are majority shut, we send them for a movie together. So we do our bit in that. And all their festivals are our festivals. We celebrate it together. We have given accommodation to all our 30 to 40 staff back end. A well taken care of dormitory for them.
Super. So it's taken care. Every aspect.
Yes,
being
yes.
HR, that also helps you just plan it in a nice way so that people are also taken care in the entire business.
Because they leave their families and they here with us at least for 10 months a year.
Okay.
So it's more like we are their extended family.
Absolutely. So nice to hear about that. And people also would be just picking this as a clue and then start thinking about it. All we are here to just induce the idea in their mind.
Yeah, there may be many chocolaters, there may be many of XYZ thing you want to start.
Yes.
But there is a market.
There is a market.
You can always take a small pie of the market to begin with.
Absolutely. As long as your time has been engaged,
yes,
and for your engaging your time, you are seeing some result, then you will start moving one after another. All you need to do is find that first step.
Exactly.
And if the first step is needed for you, we are all here to support.
Yes.
And now in the connected world, either online or offline or a networking, plenty of opportunity.
Yes, definitely. So just see what is your passion, what is your skill. Because what's more important is what you're good at and what you're passionate about. If you start it, it'll be successful faster.
So that's a one-liner I would like to say. When we keep saying the passion about that, so there is one of the question, how do I find my passion, right?
Yeah, what do you like doing without any push?
Absolutely. So
it's in a simple way. What do you like to do? If you were not, if you don't want to go to work today and you said, I don't want to go to work, I'm just bugged of going, looking at my boss and then the same old thing and all that. And secondly, towards the end of my career, things at work were happening by itself. I had a team of 10, 12 people at Nilgiris, and I used to go to work and they would just do my job and I had to just motivate them in the leadership and all. Then you feel 8 hours at work, what are you doing? Okay, so then that's when I said, there's nothing more challenging here for me, and now that's when you move on. So do something which you have skill and you have hands-on experience on.
And when you do, you don't get bored. That's the one thing which you need to just figure it out.
Okay, your Poonam Tiwari is asking how to find a market for our product. Okay. So based on your product, what product you want to do a little survey online. What are the competitions? Where are they selling? And follow them. For example, if A is selling the product to take an example of the fact that you want to do chocolates, okay, or you want to do anything. So and so chocolate lady is selling her products to Nilgiri supermarket. Fine. So then I'll not follow her. I will go to maybe the More stores or the Reliance stores. Or there are a lot of these Malayali kakas who are having their own chain of stores, the MK Ahmad retail stores or whatever. So follow competition, study competition, learn from the competition to begin with, and just knock on the doors. If you want to look at corporates, then there are enough corporates who are looking at your services, as long as it's different. But at that time, if you're a newcomer, your quality and pricing will matter.
True.
So what is it that they shift from the other person and coming to you? So I guaranteed 22 working days different menu without repetition, which another vendor was giving like a 15-day, and then he was repeating samosas 2-3 times in a week because of that being a low-cost item. So I said, no, I will balance you give me the whole month. So I know this is my whole month budget. I will ensure I work it out for you. I worked on a high volume, low margin game. You guys could see what suits you.
Yeah, before even coming to that level, first of all, as Anushka was keep talking about it, what is that you can produce with that quality? That is more important, right? Because
quality and pricing important. Markets are available.
Yes, markets are available. Pricing is also the secondary part. First is the quality.
Quality one, and second then pricing, in the sense is if someone is using something ensure your pricing is equivalent or maybe 1 or 2 rupees or whatever lesser
margin you can just reduce, because in the initial time
for penetration into the market.
We need to penetrate. For that, the pricing we can just work it out.
Yes,
but when the first time the customer takes and tastes, the wow factor has to come.
Exactly.
Yes, I wanted to go back.
So do a sampling of your item, be it food or be it non-food, whatever. Do a sampling of it to 50 families.
Yes.
As a free thing.
Yes.
Like when I start any new product, we do sampling.
Did you do that in the beginning?
Yes, we did it in the beginning. So now, in fact, last year when we started about 8 to 10 varieties of a different snack, we did sampling to about 50 families, did a small feedback form, gave them samples. Each one of us will definitely have about 10 relations. Okay, those 10 relations will have 2-3 friends each. Nobody is without friends here.
Yes.
Plus, you will have another 10. I mean, WhatsApp is there today. Each one has so many friends in different circles. Or if you're living in an apartment, just knock on maybe about 20 apartments and say, this is my sample. Hey guys, I'll give you 2 days time. Give me your feedback. What do you think about it?
Absolutely. And also call for a coffee. That's the best way. To just call for a coffee and then invite them.
If you don't want to call them because it's not snack, sometimes in terms of the space and things, you go to them.
True.
Yeah, so you give your time, you go to them. So you individually go to each one and give your samples. Take a feedback from 50 people, 50 families. That is a thing which could be of different caste, creed, whatever. You'll get a mix of it.
Mix of the feedback you get, yes.
And in terms of markets, there is CWE. There are various.
There's a WeConnect. There's one more WeConnect you can go
there are many. Okay. There is another networking forum called BNI, which is Business Network Interface, which is purely only for business. There is a little amount of investment in that. I did it for 2 years, but it helps you get connections.
True. So I think before even starting, if you are in a newcomer, wanted to start something, the best thing is your community, wherever you stay in your neighborhood, the sampling is the first way to just get your product out.
If it's an IT product, contact some friends who are working there and say, I have some samples. I'm going to give free samples to get a feedback.
Yes.
Can you give it to your admin or your whichever department based on your product, and at least give me a feedback so I know about it.
Exactly. The sampling is the first criteria, which will just get the feedback and fine tune the product. The moment you have your product and you feel passionate about it, this, if I can keep doing 365 days, I will not get moved about it. So there is a problem with the audio. Okay. So let's just see if we'll just go a bit closer. Fair. So we will just keep seeing about it. How do we just bring the product to the market? That is where you need a people connect them, like your BNI or CWE, WeConnect. It is, people will just do that. More than that, you can also look for the entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs, especially if you just go. In fact, Anushka, just 2 days back, I just said hi, hello. It's not something we know each other very well. And over the phone, she said, yes, I'm excited to just do that. And I'm just here. Right, so the moment you connect with the women entrepreneur and they just gone through the pain and they don't want you to suffer.
The reason why I said is you go meet them is a face-to-face meeting is always helpful. When you meet a person and talk, they see your body language, your passion. You won 20% of the battle there.
True, that's where it is. So good to see you, team, where we just got to know about Anushka. Anushka, thanks for taking the time.
Pleasure, always.
And indeed, it was different idea for us to just take this kind of initiative to our community. We will come back with the feedback as well.
Definitely.
And feel free to just connect with any of the women if they are looking for the job or something.
Sure. I guess you all will share my contacts and email IDs.
Yes.
Feel free anytime anybody needs any help. Feel free to call.
About it.
Pleasure.
Yes, and we will be talking about in the subsequent week. The next week we are planning for the Microsoft Azure training, which is our new training launch, and we will just bring it along with Microsoft community, whether we can just bring it and then brief about it. That's what we are just going to do about it. Stay tuned and connect with us at support@secondinnings.com for more details. Thank you so much.
Take care. Have a good day.
You too. Take care. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.